Hey guys, Crazy Postman here. Well, I was lucky enough to get a Tesla Model X P100D loaned to me. And yes, this is the one with the Ludicrous Plus package, but we're not testing that out in this video. This video is going to be a 70 mile per hour highway range test. Now I'm going to do it the same way that the other YouTubers do it so we can compare our results and it will be the same. Now, I'm going to go onto the highway, which is 1 mile from my house, so there'll be a mile at the beginning and a mile at the end that is not 70 miles per hour. Just keep that in your mind. The temperature right now is between 30 and 45 degrees during this test. So you have to keep that in mind also. The heater will be set on 70 to 72. The car is in range mode, and this car does have 22-inch wheels, so that's another thing to keep in mind. Now, I did find a setting for the range that's not in my Model 3. Let's go ahead and check that out. So we're going to find out today which estimate is the best. Right there is the ideal range. If you come over here, and you can see that says ideal. Now, if you click the rated range, right there, I'm going to show you the difference. Okay, so there again is the ideal range, and if you click the rated range, it's 264. So 264 is the rated range of this car. There is one other option that I think it's going to be closer to. If you go over here and put it on a 30-mile average, I think that number right there is where we're going to be the closest, 191 miles. So we will see today which miles is actually closer. Are we ideal miles at 331? I don't think so. Can we reach the rated miles at 264? Again, I don't think so. Where I think we will be is right here at about 191. So let's get out there on the 70 mile an hour range test and see who is correct. Guys, this is your 75% update. So I've made 40.8 miles and used 19.1 kilowatt hours for 468 watt hours per mile. Now I'm not sure why that's different over here. This one shows the last 30 minutes, or 30 miles, excuse me, and that says 443. So we're at 75% battery here on a beautiful sunrise in southwest Oklahoma. Now the car still does predict 156 miles remaining. So I got 156 miles remaining on this beautiful morning here in southwest Oklahoma. So the temperature right now says 34 degrees. And when we started this morning, it said 30 degrees. So this is kind of a cool weather start. But it's supposed to get up to 60 today. So I imagine as soon as this sun comes up here. So right now, it says it's 36 degrees. Oh, here's my turnaround. I almost just cruised past my first turnaround point here. This is your 50% check-in. I literally hit 50% right at the turnaround point. So it seems to be 25% between each of my turnaround points. So I might not be able to complete 2 loops. I might have to turn around early just for safety, but let's look at the numbers real quick while it says 50% since I'm yapping. So there you go. You can see right there it says 50%. And over here at the numbers, you can see we've been going 88 miles, used 41 kilowatt hours at 462 watt hours per mile. Down here on the graph, you can see we got 103 miles projected range, and we've been using 445 average over here. Beautiful sunrise here. I'm not using the visor for the benefit of the time-lapse camera, so I'm taking one for the team here. If you remember when I did my Tesla Model 3, I was able to do 2 complete loops and then a half a loop, or almost a half a loop after that. So I'm not going to be able to go as far in this Model X as the Model 3, and that's probably to be expected. It's a much bigger vehicle. I'm riding on huge tires and just catching more air. So I'm going to continue on here, and I will see y'all when the battery reaches 25%, or I decide to turn around early. We'll see what happens. Okay guys, I've been getting this alert that says traffic control is degraded because of the sun shining right in my face. But one of the bigger problems is, there it is, it's saying the alert now. One of the bigger problems is every time there's a turn to the right, like a side road, the car tries to take the side road as like the road. So Autopilot is great, but you know, if the sun is in front of your car, you got to be careful because it severely degrades the system. Every 30 seconds I get an alarm in the car that tells me it's degraded. Guys, I got in the zone just listening to the EV News Daily podcast and the Inside EVs podcast. I completely blew past the 25% update. I am at 18% right now. Now, just a couple of updates. Let me spin y'all around here so you don't have to look at me while I'm talking. Since the percentage here doesn't matter because I already missed 25%, it's a 17% now, and you can see here we are sitting at 152 miles, 69.2 kilowatt hours used, and 454 miles remaining. You can see down here that we have a projected range of 36 more miles and 436 watt hours per mile average there. This is the first time I've driven a Model X, and I have to say that, you know, the doors are an awesome party trick. How they open and close for you automatically, that is just crazy. The back, I don't know, you can't really see it back there. The back wing style gull wing doors, whatever you want to call that, that is just so cool. So those are definitely the party tricks of this vehicle. There's so many other small things that make this one special. The fact that I got Sirius XM, that's pretty cool. My Model 3 doesn't have that option, but I don't know. Some people probably don't care about that. But I can't tell you how many times I have accidentally put the car in neutral because I was setting the autopilot. And then in the Model X, the autopilot is a little stick down here. I don't know if you can see that. I can't see where the camera's pointing, but that's the autopilot stick right there. So you pull it towards you to set it. There's a little knob here at the end you can twist, and that changes your follow distance there on the screen. And I do like how you can push it down easy and you get 1 extra mile per hour, or if you push it down hard you get 5. So, you know, that's a that's kind of cool. But anyway, I just can't tell you how many times I've accidentally put the car in neutral trying to turn on autopilot. But it's a learning process. I've never driven this car before this week, and the roof is ridiculous. The glass goes way above your head. I'm not a fan of the little sun visor. I mean, it's tiny. Yeah, it can expand a little bit, but there's all this above your head that you're still going to get sun. Yeah, it's shaded pretty dark, but you know, you still get sun in your eyes even when it's up there. I did have to bail out early. Well, I didn't have to. Actually, I'm pretty sure I could have, because I have 33 miles remaining, and I'm only 7 miles from my house. So I could have done a complete second loop, but just for my comfort level and not knowing this car very good, I chose to cut it short. So I'll just turn around at my normal turnaround point up here, and then go back the other direction again for a little ways, and then turn back around and do my final approach. Now what we're going to do, since I don't have any support out here, I don't have any fast chargers, I don't have anybody to help me if I run out of juice, I'm not going to run it all the way to 0. I may go down to 2% or 1, depending on how gutsy I get. Let me continue on down the road. We are at 14% right now. 159 miles driven and 30 miles remaining on the GOM. I'm almost back to town here to where I turn around. You can see the Air Force Base over there. So the next time you see me, we'll be back in the driveway with hopefully close to a dead battery. I thought I would just come back to you real quick. We are just approaching town again. There's the Air Force Base over there. I don't know if you can see that in the distance. I can't see what the camera sees. But we have 5 miles of range remaining, and we're about 5 miles away from my house. Maybe 4. The computer is showing 2% remaining. I don't know if you can see that because of the sun there. There you go. 2% remaining. And there's the current stats. We've gone 181 miles, 81 kilowatt hours, 82 kilowatt hours, just ticked over. So there's about a half mile before my house where I have to drive below 70. So just disclosure there. I don't think it really affects it much. And 3 miles remaining. Oh gosh, come on town. Well guys, we made it to the house with 0% remaining. I got a little nervous there at the end, but you know, it all worked out. There you have it, 0% remaining. We went 184.7 miles using 82.9 kilowatt hours for a 449 watt hours a mile. I drove for 2 hours and 54 minutes continuously. And if you look over here, we do have 1 mile of estimated range remaining. I'm not going to try out that mile. I don't want to see how accurate that mile is. I'm sure there's probably some reserve, because I do believe this battery pack is quite a bit bigger than 82.9 kilowatt hours. But, you know, you got to take into account there is reserve for battery protection, and there's degradation. So that's it. This Tesla Model X P100D got 185 miles in my 70 mile per hour highway range test. Now just remember, I try to use all the same rules as the other YouTubers, so this highway range test will be equivalent to what they do. I went 70 miles per hour the whole way, except when I did U-turns, and there was a 1 mile here at the end where I was going under 70 to get to my house. because I have to charge in my driveway because there's no fast chargers anywhere near me. Thanks for watching this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Anybody that hasn't seen this before, watch. I'm just walking up to the car. Walking up. Oh, I'm going to get in the door. Oh, look. It opens automatically. Okay. I get in, and I sit, and the door closes for me. What kind of magic is that?